Today I'm going to show you some more about my favorite small axe. I've had it about 2 years now, and I think it's great. So this axe is the Council Tool Woodcraft Camp Carver. And what is it that I specifically like about this axe? First of all, it is the size. This is not going to be my first choice of size for an axe. And if you're interested, I have a longer post on my website that goes along with this video that explains that, and I'll put a link to that in the description below. But when you want a smaller axe, and I was for a while, this one kind of just rose to the top for a lot of the features that it has, and I want to show you some of those features. Like I said before, first is the size. Sometimes a larger axe you might not always need, and a shorter one could come in a little more handy. And this one is a very premium axe. First, starting with the handle, it is a premium hickory wood handle, and one of the things I did do to it after I got it was I lightly sanded it. It was already smooth and nice, but I just wanted to make sure it was really smooth. And then I put a few coats of boiled linseed oil on it. And then the last thing I like to do is I rub the handle with a pure beeswax. Then you use a hair dryer to melt it and rub it in, and it gives you just a really nice feel that doesn't seal the wood but does protect it, and it gives it a smooth feel but still tacky. And you can see, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but the handle grain on this one is perfect. Luckily I was able to select this out because I bought it in person. I got this at Georgia Bushcraft about 2 years ago, and I'm going to be heading back there actually in a couple weeks. So taking the mask off, let me show you this real quick. The mask is really nice. It's really simple. It is a really good leather. It's neither too tight or too loose, so it's easy to get back and forth. It does have some play on it, but it's not going anywhere. And one of the things that I really like about it is they do have a welt here in the center. A lot of cheaper masks just fold over 2 pieces of leather, don't include the welt in there. And as you can imagine, that sharp axe edge just meets right in the center before and wants to pry out either the stitching or the rivets. So that extra layer of protection in there is really nice. One of the things that I use a small axe for, or even a big axe for, is a lot of times it's not a heavy chore, but it's hammering in tent stakes. And one of the tents that I happen to use is an 18-foot teepee, and it has a little bit more substantial stakes than say like a backpacking tent or even a small tent. So I'm not going to be beating the crap out of this, but the fact that this one has a hammer pull was a nice feature for me. And you can tell right here, you can see the hardening lines, because obviously the edge is hardened, but also there is, you can see the heat treat lines from the hardening of the back, so the back is hardened as well, so that you can use it as a hammer surface. And other than that too, I think this is why they market it as the carver. I'm not really big into wood carving all the time. I do it occasionally, but I wouldn't call myself an expert of carving with an axe. But having this cutout in here and have it in here, what that allows you to do is grip the head really close to the axe. And so when you're actually pushing material like this, you feel like the blade's right in front of your hand, and it's really good at when you use this for cutting. So if you're out here a little bit more, as if this head wasn't cut out, what you get is this distance here works as leverage against you. Just like cutting with the end of a longer knife, it's the same concept. The closer you cut to your hand, the less leverage you have there, and it feels like it's just a lot more efficient. One other neat feature about this is these are squared surfaces on here, so you can use this for striking a fire steel, which is pretty much a requirement for any belt knife that I would choose anyway. So it's nice to have extra functionality built into a tool that you can use this with a fire steel as well, very easily. The balance, if I was to put it this way, with the hammer pull and the bit edge, it's perfect. It's not flopping this way, it's not flopping that way. So the balance is really good.